Hi everybody, this is Cheyenne with Soft Crochet Times, and today we're going to be going over how to do the shell stitch. So the shell stitch is a very easy way to make almost any project look very elegant. It looks pretty complicated, but it is super simple to do. So with that, let's get started. Alright, so this pattern does use stitches such as chaining, single crochet, and double crochet. If you don't know how to do those very simple beginner stitches, I do have tutorials on my channel for them. I will link those down below. It would be best that you watch those first. This is a very easy stitch. However, if you don't know those few basic stitches, it's not going to be a very fun time for you. If you are new to crocheting, I recommend you watch those first anyways, because almost everything you do in crocheting is going to be made up of 4 basic stitches: chaining, single crochet, double crochet, and half double crochet. Go ahead and watch those videos if you haven't, and then let's continue. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to chain in intervals of 6 plus 2. So what that means is that you're going to do a multiple of 6, such as 6, 12, 18, so on, and then you're going to add 2 at the end. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do 18 plus 2, so 20 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And the easiest way to think about this is every multiple of 6 that you do is pretty much one shell. So this swatch was done in the same size. So we got 3 shells here, 2 and 2 halves here, 3 shells here, 2 and 2 halves, and that's how it works. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to single crochet into the second chain from your hook, and you're just going to go ahead and single crochet across, and this kind of just sets up the foundation order for your shell stitch. And I think it gives it a much nicer look than if you were just to work in the foundation chain, because when you work in the foundation chain, especially when you're doing multiple stitches, sometimes it gets very stretched out and you have these giant holes and it just doesn't look great. So go ahead and single crochet across, and I'll meet up with you on the other side. I've gone ahead and I've done my row of single crochets, and now we're going to get onto the shelling part. So first thing you're going to do is chain 1, turn your work, then you're going to do a single crochet into that first stitch, and then we are going to skip 2 stitches, and we're going to do 5 double crochets into that third stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, so then we're going to go ahead and we're going to skip 2 again, and we're going to single crochet into the third stitch. So there's our first completed shell, and then we're just going to repeat that process. So we're going to skip 2, and then we're going to do 5 double crochets into that third space, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, and then we're going to skip 2, single crochet into that third space, skip 2, 5 double crochets into that third space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. And then we are going to single crochet into that last stitch. Ooh. There you go. So there is our first row of shells. So now to continue on from here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Turning our work. And now we're going to do pretty much half a shell. So if you can see it right there, that's pretty much half a shell. So in order to do that, we're going to take our chain 3 And in that first stitch where we single crocheted last row, we're going to put 2 double crochets. The chain 3 is counting as a double crochet in this pattern because that would make it the half one and then 1, 2. And then this is very similar to the last row, except for we don't have a straight foundation chain we're working in now. So what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet into the middle of the shell from the last row. So pretty much the 3rd double crochet in. So go ahead and single crochet. And then where we single crocheted in the last row, right in between the shells, that's where we're going to start our next shell. So we're going to work into that stitch and we're going to do 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then same thing as before, we're going to work a single crochet into the middle, so the 3rd double crochet of the shell of the row before. And then in between the shells from the last row, we are going to work one more. So we are going to put 5 double crochets there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, and then one more single crochet into the center of our last shell. Alright, and then at the very end we have this single crochet, and we're going to do 3 double crochets into that space. So 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so there's our 2nd row finish, and you can see how the shells kind of interlay on each other. They become the staggered pattern. Alright, and for our next row, we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and single crochet into that first stitch. And then we're pretty much just doing the same thing we did in the round before, except for we're not working in these half shells. We're just working shells in the middle. So if you can see, this is a half shell, this is a full shell, and we have that single crochet in between. We're going to go ahead and work 5 double crochets into that space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're just going to go ahead and continue across. We're going to put a single crochet into the center of the shell stitch from before. So into the 3rd double crochet, we're putting a single crochet, and then into the middle between these 2 shells, there's that single crochet. We are working 5 double crochets into that stitch. So 1, 2, oh, if the yarn doesn't run away from you, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, and then we're going to do a single crochet, and then another shell. This is the last shell of this row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright. And then into that chain 3 space that we had made before, or the first double crochet, which is a chain 3, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to single crochet. And that is how you do the shell stitch. So from here on, you are just repeating rounds 2 and 3, making your piece as high or as long as you'd like. So the next row would be where we started with the 2 half shells, or a half shell, 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 half shell. Then the next row is just a repeat of row 3. So just keep oscillating those 2 different rows as you grow your piece, and that's how you get this lovely interset shell pattern. So with that being said, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys want to see any particular stitches in the future, please comment that down below. If you have any questions, comments, ideas for future videos, please let me know. I want to make sure that I'm actually giving out tutorials from items that you want to make and that you want to see. And with Halloween coming up, I might have a special video for Halloween, maybe make a little costume or something like that. So with that being said, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, all that other good stuff. Tune back in to watch any future tutorials if you want to continue learning how to crochet. And with that being said, thank you for watching and keep on stitching.